But I'm going to argue that we are in something called the afterlife of colonialism and slavery. It lives on, it continues. Those relationships are still there. They are affecting everything. A lot of the work that I've heard, they are affecting that. But we have to begin to think about the big project that we're involved in, which is the project of intersectionality. We are in a time of imperfect desegregation. We are in a time when all of the old boxes of race and class or nation or colonies and centers has eroded. It's changing. It's a period of mobility. And people want to believe that, oh, because it's no longer like it used to be, because Patricia Hill Collins got an award, therefore, life is perfect now. No, it's imperfect desegregation of all kinds, whether it's race, class, gender, ability, age, ethnicity. What did I miss? You know how this has been going. All right. So this imperfect desegregation, where domination limits our ability to see human connections across categories of difference. That elephant, all those people who were trying to figure out this thing that's in the room, that's that. They could not see each other, right? And they all had a point of view on the same thing, but they only had a partial point of view. We have inherited a binary logic that fosters oppositional categorical difference, either or oppositional categories. You talked a lot about categorical difference in some of the earlier sessions. Listen, these categories are just brutal. They're brutal if you're doing quantitative work. I can only clap for those of you who are doing this, all right? Because you've got to make all these decisions that in many ways are forcing this logic on the thing that you are studying. And that's going to be hard. That's always going to be a compromise in some way, but you got to do it. So that's what I learned in 2 days. Like, I'm so happy I don't have to do what you do. Well, thank you very much. All right. But, all right, I digress. Let me come back. All right. Category, what these categories do, they're not just benign, but in the history of colonialism and slavery and the afterlife, they divide and conquer. That's what these categories are for. That table is the bad table. This table is the good table. You're the bad table. You're the good table. You can conquer those people because you're smarter, you're prettier, you're more intelligent, you have better religion, you have everything. Therefore, that table gets conquered. That's what that logic does. That's that logic of us, them. That's the logic, to be honest with you, of fascism. All right? I'll just put, ooh, I think we have some people who know some fascism. All right. And that logic produces winners and losers. That's what it does. So in a lot of ways, the power relations are upheld by intellectual traditions that legitimate that. Knowledge is central to domination. It works by spotlighting hegemonic ideas and experiences. We know who that's been historically for 500 years, whereas hiding others from view.